How you doing, guys? I've got Renz here. Renz, tell them who you are, what you do, and how the hell you got here.
Cool, thank you, bro. So yeah, my name's my real name is Renal Harden, but people call me Renz or Big Man Renz. But yeah, I'm 24 years old from Northwest London, living in the borough of Brent. So yeah, in Northwest London. Grew up in Brent my whole life. Moved around like different areas like Wembley/Sudbury, Kilburn when I was a toddler, Kingsbury, Queensbury, Colindale. So I've been all over Northwest growing up. In terms of my ethnic origin, so I'm mixed race black. Dad's side, I'm half Bayesian. And then my mum's side, I'm quarter Greek Cypriot, so my granddad was born in Cyprus, but he's of Greek origin, and I'm quarter English, so that's my mixed ethnic origins. And then yeah, growing up, I'll be real, like growing up wasn't easy. I grew up in a broken home, so like my dad was quite abusive.
What do you mean in the terms of broken home?
Yeah, so when I mean broken home, so like I said, I grew up in an abusive household, and my dad was very abusive to my mum, and as a result, like the culture at home was very toxic. You know, like there's a lot of arguments back and forth between my mum and my dad and whatnot, and as a result, they split up in 2007. So for most of my life, my mum brought me up alongside my sister. So that's as a side note, I've got a younger sister and 3 older half brothers. So yeah, life growing up wasn't easy because, like I said, I grew up in a toxic and dysfunctional home environment, and then on top of that, I'm autistic, and I also have a learning difficulty as well. So I have mild autism, and my learning difficulty, to be specific, is mild speech and language difficulties. So sometimes I may struggle to pronounce words and whatnot. But yeah, it was more noticeable back then because, you know, like in primary school, even before primary school, I went to a special type of nursery for kids that have different special educational needs. And then in primary school, I went to a mainstream primary school, but I was put in a class called the language unit in Oakton Manor Primary School in Monks Park in Northwest. I was put in a class known as the language unit, and that was again full of kids that had different special educational needs. So that was that, and then going into secondary school, I went to Preston Manor Secondary School in Preston Road / Wembley Park area in Brent. And then that was really good, you know. I was put in a mainstream school, of course, mainstream classes. I was still getting further support, so also I was getting taken out of class like twice a week for extra support in that regard. Life at home was still tough though. However, like for example, when I was in year 8, like the summer of year 8 going into year 9, I was homeless for like 6 months.
Whoa, let me stop you there. You was homeless?
Yeah. When I mean homeless, I mean sofa surfing, because as you know, with homelessness, there's homeless living on the streets, and then there's homelessness sofa surfing, where you don't have a permanent address. So for 6 months, me and my mum and my sister was sofa surfing because we got evicted from our home back in May 2011. So we got evicted from our home in Kingsbury, so we were sofa surfing for 6 months, living in different B&Bs, houses of like friends of my mum and that.
Correct.
So we was basically living in areas like in Harrow, mainly Harrow, and also for a time a B&B in West Drayton, which is really far.
That's near Heathrow way.
And then luckily we then got a proper house in November 2011. We started living in Queensbury for like 4 or 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. So that was that, but for me that experience like really like changed me as a person. I felt like that experience was like my first reality check in life, because it basically gave me that desire to really push myself in school and make it, and also realizing that, you know, if I don't want to experience that again in my adulthood, like I just need to give my all.
You don't want this to happen to your kids when you have kids in the future. And your wife,
So for me, I started taking school very seriously after that experience, even though school wasn't my best thing because of obviously my autism and my learning difficulty. But started pushing hard. Got into triple science in year 9, GCSEs, got 2 A's, 5 B's, 2 C's. Went into A levels. A levels wasn't the easiest. I think in year 12 I flopped badly, got like a C in history, D in politics, E's in maths and physics. So going to year 13, had to drop both maths and physics, and I picked up applied science at AS level. But I was able to turn things around in year 13, got an A star in history, C in government politics, but still got a D in applied science. So that tells you that.
So you are a very smart lad.
Decent. The humanities, especially history, is my thing. But I was rubbish at the STEM subjects. So and then in terms of university, I went Swansea University.
Oh, you went to university?
Yeah,
fantastic.
So I went to Swansea University for 3 years between 2016 and 2019.
What did you study?
Studied history, so that's always been my best subject. Got a 2-1 from there.
Great.
And during that 3 years, I was doing like a number of internships at law firms and banks, because one thing about me, I am an aspiring lawyer. So career path, I'm trying to become a lawyer, because as we speak, I currently work as a paralegal.
Fantastic.
So that's what I do.
Not everyone knows this.
So that's what I do.
That's
for
great
work.
to hear.
So I finished my history degree in 2019, got the 2-1, and then moved on to do the graduate diploma in law, the GDL. It's basically a law conversion course for aspiring lawyers that did their first degree that wasn't non-law.
Yeah.
So I did the GDR between 2019 to 2021 at the University of Law at the London.
Is that the one in Holborn, Central London?
Holborn, Goose Street.
My sister went to that one.
Goose Street to be
Yeah.
specific.
Yeah.
The campus name's called London Bloomsbury Campus,
Correct.
but it's near Goose Street Station. So I did that for 2 years, and I came back with a pass.
Congratulations.
So I was happy with that. And then and then before my current job as a paralegal, I was working in a charity as well as a program administrator.
Yeah.
But right now,
that's great.
working as a paralegal, and I'm hoping to qualify as a lawyer over the next 2 to 3 years. So yeah, that's pretty much me as a person. I think outside of work, obviously I do powerlifting. I lift weights. I've been lifting weights.
That's where our viewers want to get to. Let me ask the questions now. So I want to ask. So for those who don't know, me and Renz competed against each other. Renz obviously won that show. I came second. Renz, where did you end up after that novice show? Because that was your first competition?
Yeah, so let's take it back a bit, innit?
Yeah.
So I started lifting weights in October 2015, just very quickly,
Yeah.
Started lifting weights in October 2015. Most of my style of training for most of these years was bodybuilding,
Okay.
with a little splash of powerlifting, meaning...
Yeah, power building, yeah.
Yeah, power building.
Yeah.
But then it was around the start of this year where I started drifting into powerlifting simply because I began to realize that I get my enjoyment from lifting heavy weights. I don't really care about aesthetics. That unpopular. This is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I think training solely for aesthetics is a little bit overrated in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Obviously, some people will disagree with that, but that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I started doing the powerlifting from the start of this year, and obviously I did my first competition at Genesis Gym in Wembley, in North West London.
We did our first competition. This is how I met Renz. Renz didn't have no socks. He didn't have no powerlifting, deadlift socks. And one thing about me is I always buy double of everything.
Yeah.
So someone asked me, "Oh, have you got deadlift socks?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." Who is it for? It was for Renz. And I was like, Renz even had the cheek to do, "I want them back." I don't want them back. It's cool. Keep the socks.
Thank you so much.
No, it's all good.
Bro.
And that's how I met Renz, and we competed together. Renz obviously won the show.
Yeah.
I'm still a novice. Renz obviously gone international.
Yeah, we'll talk about
So
that.
we'll talk about that. So take it away.
I did the novice comp with Lovett, and that was a really great experience.
Yeah, it was.
Really enjoyed it. Great vibes at Genesis. So boom, that was for the GPC, by the way, the Global Powerlifting Committee, one of the biggest powerlifting federations in the UK.
That was hosted at Bulldogs Gym in Alberton.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Wembley.
Yeah. So that was that, and so boom, done my first competition now. I was thinking like, that was good. It was decent. Fast forward to about June, July, if I'm not mistaken, of the same year. I then get an email from the GPC saying that I got invited for their World Championships. And when I got the invite, I was thinking like, World Champions.
This is another level.
Another level. And also, I was shocked. I even checked with their vice president to make sure this is all correct. This is a mistake. But yeah, I actually got invited, so I was really gassed.
Where did you go for the international?
So basically, it was the GPC World Championships hosted in Slovakia. So Eastern Europe, and then in Slovakia it was hosted in a town called Trnava, which is one of the oldest towns in Slovakia. It's not too far from the capital city called Bratislava. So that was hosted in October. So yeah, boom, like literally when I signed up, I sorted out my accommodation
ASAP. He wasn't joking around.
Boom. So I was training for it for July, August, and September, and then obviously like start of October as well. So that was the training. Training went really well. Had to miss 1 or 2 sessions because I did go on holiday for Portugal for 4 days, which was alright, which was good. So yeah, done my competition. What was it? I think October the 20th of this year. Yeah. It was really good, really good. Like honestly, no one.
What was your experience about the competition?
Yeah. So the experience, honestly, one of the best experiences of my life. Like I'm not gonna lie, my inexperience did show throughout the day because obviously I got there super early when I didn't need to. Because for me, I'm an under 125.
So you come a bit later.
So really true. I could have came late, but I got there from 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I got to see the whole show.
Yeah. But that's great though. It's
great.
Really
that's
good.
Great. But yeah, like my inexperience did show. But the team camaraderie throughout Team G throughout the whole.
So you was lifting for Team GB?
Yeah, Team GB for the men's open. For the men's opens, and everyone was really helpful. Like guys like Tavis, Rory, Reese, and all these other guys really helpful.
Tavis, Rory, and there's another guy as well. I forgot his name. He had the squat. He got a BP on the squat. Personal best. Was it Reese? I think his name is.
Yeah, it might have been Reese. But yeah, Reese was there helping as well. Another guy called Matt as well, and all these other guys.
Shout out to the Team GB.
Yeah, man. Everyone done their thing in it. But so boom, the experience was really good. Really enjoyed it with myself. What it was for me, like, obviously, like when I was going into competition, I honestly thought I wouldn't medal in it because obviously I'm a natural lifter. GPC is not drunk.
Let's get that clear. Say that again?
I'm a natural lifter. I've been natural my whole life. Obviously, like, I don't judge people that take steroids and stuff, but I always chose to be natural because for me, I just thought that the health risks of taking performance enhancing drugs isn't worth it. That's just my opinion again. But yeah, like with me, I was up against basically a lot of people that were on, you know, on performance enhancing drugs, and for me, I still came up with a 3rd place medal in my weight class. So
congratulations.
So with my lifts, my top lift on squat was 290. I did fail 310, but it is what it is. Bench did 182.5. Did fail 192.5 twice. So bench needs a bit of work in competition, and then deadlift, I was able to pull off a 310 deadlift, which I was really happy with. So that left me with a 782.5 kg total. So I was able to get a bronze medal from that, which I was really happy with because, like I said, I'm a natural lifter going up against all these guys that, you know, are on performance enhancing drugs. Still came back with a medal, and also as well, like I said, my expectations were low. My original expectations were literally just to have fun, innit?
Yeah.
I was able to come up with a medal, which I was really happy with. And at the end of the day as well, like, going to Slovakia, that was my first time basically traveling alone. All the other times I've traveled abroad in my life, I've always been with people. And traveling alone, especially as I was just
opens your eyes.
It was a big deal for me. You know, I was able to do that. I was very organised, so I was able to handle myself well. And then, like I said, everyone in the team GB men's open squad was there, supportive, proper support. So I was really and truly grateful for that, man. It meant a lot to me. But yeah, I had a sick experience in Geneva, man.
That's really great to hear. So now you've did this competition. You've obviously did the novice that entered your way into the second competition, going to the final. I mean, I got invited to a final in Cornwall this month, but the British, I'm not going to attend, but it's another story for another day. So now moving forward, what's your next stop from the finals?
So for me, I do have a regional qualifier under the APBU. So the APBU is the Amateurs British Powerlifting Union. They're basically like the drug tested arm of the British Powerlifting Union Federation. So I'm going to be doing a qualifier for the APBU on December the 3rd, I think in South Hampshire. I think it's like an area in Surrey, if I'm not mistaken. No, I don't plan to go all out. Just want to get my qualifying total, and that's it. And then next year I am hoping to you know, to do the British under the APBU for the under 125s. Hopefully come back with a gold medal, because I believe against natural guys in the APBU, I think I can proper kill it. I'm looking forward to that. But also as well, I do want to really do it, but obviously what it is with my law career, like I am hoping to qualify as a lawyer, and I may have to do some law exams next year, so I may not have the time. But going beyond 2023, I do have like ideas to hopefully compete in the APBS as well, which some competitions run in Ireland as well. Tavis was telling me about that.
That's the professional route.
So I may look into that as well.
So in terms of being professional, you have to get invited to go to there, or you can just show up.
The ABS Pro, I think you have to be invited. If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, so anyone that knows more.
Anyone that knows more about the pros section,
in the comment section, innit?
Renz definitely would like some information. He's definitely doing professional numbers. That's for sure.
No, for me, like, I'm just grateful to be where I am in my weightlifting, powerlifting journey, because, you know, it's not easy. But yeah, and I've been blessed. Obviously, I've been blessed with decent genetics, in my opinion. But also, I've put in a lot of hard work over the last 7 years, training really hard and that. But yeah, like, I'm just grateful to be at Genesis as well, training hard. Like people like Dave BT, Grant, like a lot of these people have been giving me like really sick advice over the last year or so in terms of powerlifting, and I've seen my numbers improve in competition, but also out competition as well. For example, when I joined Genesis at the start of the year, my squat was at 270. Now it's 305. My bench was like 180, now it's 200. My deadlift at the start was like 300, now it's 320. So I've made massive improvements at Genesis Gym, and they've been really pivotal and critical in me like really growing into like a really like decent powerlifter.
So now you've beat the odds of being homeless. You've written history in your life, competed in GB powerlifting. What is the end goal now?
I think for me, like...
Or where do you see yourself in the next year?
Following from the World Championships, one thing I really realised within myself is that obviously law is always going to be my career, right? But I think for me, powerlifting, I feel like powerlifting is maybe my calling in life, if that makes sense. You know, one of my main purposes in life, alongside, you know...
So do you see yourself as being a coach? And training people to be a powerlifting coach? Because
you know what, I'll be honest here, I'm not so sure if I'll make a good coach, because for example in football, just because you're a good player in football doesn't mean you're going to be a good coach. And I think it's the same thing powerlifting. Just because you're a sick lifter doesn't mean you're going to be a good coach. And to be honest, I'm not so sure if I'd make a good coach. That's just my opinion. So I don't think I plan to become a coach. But for me, as I was saying before, I want to do law as my career, but have powerlifting as my main thing to do outside of my career, where I can hopefully do 2 competitions, maybe 3 competitions per year moving forward, and that's how I want to live my life.
Are you trying to be regarding the law, are you trying to be a judge?
No, I'm trying to become a solicitor.
You'll be a jacked judge.
I'm trying to become a commercial lawyer. Who knows, when I do qualify eventually, I'll be, that.
Yeah, my sister does contract law. Yeah,
hopefully I'll be like, the UK's strongest lawyer.
Yeah, that's great. So, any last big ups, advice?
Again,
let's just get this one clear. You are looking for a sponsor.
Yeah, but it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, for me, with powerlifting, I'm just seeing where it can take me in life, innit? Big ups, again, big up Genesis Gym, big up Dave BT, big up Grant. Big up the guy, like the likes of Tavis, Reese,
big up the
Rory,
GB, big up Alvin,
big up Alvin, big up Love It as well. The page that you're running as well has been sick. I'm so grateful for the support that you've been giving me over the last several months. And yeah, man, and just big up everyone at Genesis as well, and also big up like all my people, my friends that like really respect the fact that I lift weights as well, because it means a lot. Because I understand that outside of powerlifting, not everyone will get it in terms of why people like us lifting it, but I really appreciate people in my life that may not lift but still respect and appreciate the fact that I enjoy this, innit? So yeah.
So Renz, if they want to contact you, where can they find you?
On Instagram, _Big Man Renz is where they can contact me.
Have you got email address or just Instagram?
Email address RenaldGino98@gmail.com. Gino's my middle name, so yeah.
Right, guys, this is UK United Lifters, and we are signing out. Over and out.
Kazimirian, Clark David, Pavlik Sebastian.
Just watch me. Complete. Rip the fucking wall. Ah! Chester! Ah! Ah! Fucking hell. Okay, come on! Nice and strong. Tick, 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 tick. Hold. Good. Nice. 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 Mashallah, mashallah. Very